Hey guys, welcome to Twin Flame Truth TV. I'm Elle Hari, Twin Flame Alchemist, writer, teacher, and coach. And today we're going to discuss the paradox of time. It's very common and natural as humans to, especially when we're on this journey and when you start doing work on this journey, to wonder, how long is this going to take? How long is it going to take for me to feel better? How long is it going to take for me to, um, you know, magnetize my twin flame back in and to actually have a physical relationship with my twin flame again? And that's very natural. As humans, we are hooked into the whole concept of time. Um, And I know when I started working with my teacher, I was always like the first question out, like, how long is this going to take? If I work with you, how long is it going to take for me to finally be with my twin flame? And so that's a totally natural question to ask and something to think about, because, our fear-based push energy is all about time. And it loves hooking into dates. It loves counting down the time and freaking out that it's only been it's already been, 3 months since I last talked to the twin flame, or, it's been a week and she hasn't called me back or whatever, right? It's really hooked into time. Also, you can see this in things such as milestones. For example, it's really into like anniversaries of special occasions you had, or special times or dates you spent with your twin flame, or into birthdays, stuff like that. So time is a big thing for our fear-based energy to get hooked into. Like I said, as humans, obviously we live in a world that's based on time, on chronological time, but time only does exist in this 3D physical world. Time does not exist in the realm of the soul. Why? Because the soul, first of all, is eternal. So for the soul, there is no time because there's no beginning or end. It's just eternal. And also because the soul only lives or only exists in the present. Your soul is present. It's always in the now. So it isn't in the past or the future. You're not in your soul in the past or the future. You're only in your soul when you're present now. Meanwhile, your fear-based push energy, your mind, can only exist in the past or the future, not in the present. So that's why it doesn't exist in the realm of the soul. But here's the thing, time is, and you see this so much on this journey, it really becomes a paradox. Because while, yes, our fear-based energy, especially in the beginning, can be so hooked into time and how long it's been and how long it's going to take and all of this. And, the 3D answer, the 3D human answer to how long it takes is however long your journey, your soul needs for it to take. It's, I know that's really not an answer that anyone wants. Our minds want definitive answers, but really everyone's journey is unique and individual as it plays out and manifests physically. So it really is, when you first magnetize in your twin flame and you start doing the energy work of aligning closer to your soul and also balancing out your fear-based push energy, however long or how much time that takes to physically magnetize your twin flame in is mostly up to your soul. It's all up to your soul, but your soul is really doing that. Once you align and balance, your soul will then bring your twin flame in when, in divine perfect timing. Which divine perfect timing, I get questions about what this means, is, just when your soul in conjunction with the universe, it all just fits. Every single teeny quantum piece of matter, atom, whatever, the smallest little thing you can think of in the whole entire universe, which everything in the entire universe is made up of, in every single moment has to coexist with each other and in synergy with each other and just work out according to the grand plan of the universe, right? So, for things to, even though things are happening on a spiritual soul level and you're feeling balanced and aligned and awesome, for it to then trickle down and be realized and manifested into the physical world, there is a delay. And that delay, again, on how long that delay is, it depends on, the divine timing, whereas your soul could work it out in conjunction with all of the other matter, all other matter in the universe, right? So it all has to work in conjunction. And so, yes, your soul is powerful enough to do that. It orchestrates everything in your life to come in conjunction with the universe. And so it will happen. It just, it just depends on really, physical logistical circumstances sometimes. And so that's really the 3D answer to that. Then once you magnetize your twin flame in, for the first time after having worked and shifted closer into alignment with your soul and balanced out your fear-based energy, then you're more in charge really of how, the relating progresses. But of course, then it gets more challenging, right? Because your fear-based energy is already starting to be already balanced, and so it gets smaller. So it's less visible, less easy to discern, less easy to identify. So that's when it gets, really challenging, because it can get very sneaky, and that's when it's like helpful to get guidance to see, someone who knows like how sneaky it can be and can see it like for what it is and know what it is. But everyone's journey is unique and individual, like I said. I mean, I have people who just tell me all the time, and I love this, they're watching my videos and they're in relationships with their twin flame after having just watched these videos like you're watching now. And that's amazing. That's awesome. I mean, kudos to them. That's just how their journey progressed. I, and most people, on the other hand, need actual guidance from somebody, because I mean, I couldn't see my fear-based energy for the trees. You know what I mean? Like I was so in it. And, some people have trickier situations, logistically, physically to work out. Like some twin flames are on opposite ends of the earth from each other, right? So it's not as, probably quick or easy for them to just bump into each other on the street, say, as twin flames that live, down the same street from each other, right? Many twin flames are married to other people. So again, things there need to get worked out with other souls involved, right? So, I mean, it's all, everyone's journey is unique and individual in that way. But it does happen. It will happen. It must happen because it's divine truth. So, but here's the paradox with time, okay? With worrying about and focusing on, how long is it going to take or whatever. That, like I said before, that is your fear-based push energy, right? So that's something that really needs to be balanced out before your twin flame can even physically appear in your physical world. If you're focused on the time and like, anticipating or expecting or waiting or anything like that, that's all focused on the physical form of the twin flame, right? So we don't want to do that. So we need to balance that out. And what happens is, though, as you balance out the time aspect of your fear-based energy, whenever it's focused on the time, meaning dates, meaning the clock, meaning, it's impatient, then once that's balanced out with your fear-based energy, time, it's really interesting. When you talk to any of my students on this journey, or like me, I notice once you do that and, you're magnetizing your twin flame in, and then you're relating with your twin flame, it's so interesting because once that's balanced out, time seems to then fly. Like, really, it's as if like, like for me, like, it's hard to believe like so many years have passed since I, was at this part of my journey where you were on, right? And I mean, just that time has just flown by because I balanced out that time aspect, within myself, within my fear-based energy. And so when you do that, also your fear-based energy, you're out of your mind. And remember, like I said in the beginning of the video, your fear-based energy lives in the past, right? Or the future, looking forward to something, or stuck in memories, right? But your soul lives in the present. So when you're just mostly present, and you must be present when you're with your twin flame. With everything else, no, we don't need to worry about that right now. That would be ascension if you're always present. But just regarding your twin flame, you need to always be present if you want to have them there. Be with them physically, relating with them physically, right? So when you're present, you're not stuck on what happened yesterday or an hour ago, or stuck in memories. And so when you kind of unhook from those things, time just seems to fly. But it's really not time. It's all the same moment called now. And if you haven't already, you might know that I am a big, huge fan, and I always suggest to all my students and to everyone to check out Eckhart Tolle. He has awesome videos on YouTube, videos all over the place. I mean, he's huge, and he has a book called The Power of Now that was written like, you know, I don't even know, like maybe like 20 years ago or something. And it's, you know, it was on the New York Times bestseller list forever. So, you know, it's not like, you know, really out there or too like woo woo or anything like that. But, you know, I highly recommend you check him out. He is not twin flame related, but he just, with the whole concept of being present and time, which he calls psychological time, which is the physical time. You know, he explains it so much better than I can ever give it justice to, but it is once you get present and you know how to be present, the paradox is time, then once you let go of your fixation on time and your fear-based energies focus on time, time then seems to move so much faster, and without you even realizing it. So you wake up one day and you're like, wow, it's been like 10 years already since I met my twin flame. What? You know, stuff like that. So I just wanted to come on here today and discuss this whole time thing. Yes, I know it's important to your fear-based energy. It was very important to mine. It's very important to most people I work with, but you know, it is fear-based energy, and time does only exist here in the 3D physical world of fear-based energy, not in the realm of the soul. Remember, this journey, we have to do it. It has to take place. It must take place. It does take place only on the level of the soul, which transcends all time, all fear, and all physicality. So thank you for watching. Tune in next time for another episode of Twin Flame Truth TV. Have an amazing week and lots of love.